What? Let's see who all's in the house. I'm feeling a little frisky on this Motivational Monday. A little discombobulated, but I'm good. How are you all doing today? Are you feeling it? Are you in a warmer climate or a colder climate? Because I tell you what, it's gorgeous outside here. You know, it's nice out. I'm going to go take the doggy for a walk. Because you got to get out, you got to move it, or you're going to lose it, right? So you're going to get that Motivational Monday going. Get your groove on. Dance in your kitchen, right? Do a little salsa, a little merengue. You don't even need music, actually. You can dance to your own beat. Get your giddy on. Giddy up and go. So, I'm going to make a smoothie. Well, that was a formality. So, we're going to make a smoothie. I'm just going to start grabbing stuff because I'm hungry. And, yeah, let's see what ensues. So, anybody out there who is in the mood for a smoothie, raise your hand. Let me know you're here. Spread the love on that share button. So we're going to go a little blueberry today. Blueberry. Hey, Brandy, how are you? Good morning. Good afternoon. Ooh, it's 1:11. Talk about perfect timing. So we're going to start digging stuff out. And I'm really bad because I nibble while I do things. I've got chocolate from the other day that I made. Just these nice little bark pieces. I don't always put salt in my chocolates, but I did put some in. I like when I get a little granule of salt and it kind of feels nice. You know, you get a little bit of sweet in the salt. Lots of nanners in the freezer, that's for sure. So, the blueberries and bananas are definitely going in the smoothie. It could be a little noisy. I made chocolate, yeah. Actually, as part of the my banana cream pie, if you saw my recipe that I put up, the banana cream pie has a chocolate layer, and you just make up this. It's really simple to make, super easy. You eat equal parts of coconut oil and chocolate cacao powder. I use raw, and then you can flavor it up using, like I was using vanilla stevia and some butterscotch stevia, but you can also use maple syrup. And you can put in some peppermint if you really want, but you got to know how much to put it in. Yummy. So blueberries. Get your blueberries on. Antioxidants, yummy in your tummy. I'm thinking 2 cups. Well, maybe. Alrighty then. Then we got the bun. I'm a Chiquita banana, and I'm here to say, eat a banana every day. Super good for you. Hello. And you know, I've realized it makes it a whole lot easier if I at least break up the banana, even though it's frozen. If I can get the parts down a little bit smaller, it's much more effective in blending it. That's good for that one. The chocolate's good. I'm gonna have to dig out a knife for this one because apparently the bananas got a little warm, and then when we froze, they all stuck together. Someone laughing at me. I might have to reach in for more chocolate. That's the wrong one. Well, that was promising. I'm looking for the knife. Oh, that's the knife. I wasn't going to be able to do much with the spoon, it seems. I accidentally grabbed a spoon, so you got to break up the nanners. Don't let it fool you. I'm really not a violent person. I don't want to inflict harm on someone else because I don't want it inflicted on myself. As opposed to when I was younger and I'd act out. I was pretty good at acting out when I was younger. There I go again, licking the knife. I'm breaking up the nanners. Nanners. Whoops. I almost feel like I have to do a whisper challenge or something today. I think y'all need to do some videos and do whisper challenges or something. Or maybe go find your favorite song on YouTube. Go live and dance in your kitchen. But when you do it, make sure it's a really, really amateur version so that you can, like concert, so it's really like distorted. Because Facebook will pick up the noises. And if it's a recorded version, like an original, yeah. My fingers are cold. I can't imagine why. Oh my gosh. So that's 2 bananas, but I need like 4. So this is back to, I'm really feeling kind of silly today. I'm feeling silly every day, actually. That's kind of like a misnomer. So, keep it as quiet as possible, and sometimes this gets noisy, and once I put it on the blend, when I start blending it, then it's going to get noisy, and my brain's feeling like it wants a little quiet solitude, to be totally honest with you. Those things are noisy. Blueberry banana. I'm feeling vanilla, of course. I'm trying to get this to be 4 bananas. They're all frozen together. That's why it looks like I'm working hard to get my nanners. Apparently, but I guarantee it'll be worth the work. My fingers are getting really cold. Do y'all freeze your bananas so that you can make smoothies? This is actually one of the easiest ways to have something handy to make nanner ice cream in the night, right? Especially if you have children, that's always a great alternative to them wanting something that's not so healthy as a sweet treat. Hey, speaking of which, did anybody used to suck their thumb when they were a kid? When I was younger, I sucked my thumb, and I used to have my dad's t-shirts, like his freshly out of the dryer t-shirts, the white, he always did V-necks, and honestly, I sucked my thumb up until the age of 12, I remember. And it was like, and it wasn't the full thumb, it was like just a little tip of it. And I called it my bidet. You know, like some people call those, you know, when they suck their thumbs, a bidet. Well, mine was a bidet. I don't know where I came up with a name, or binky. You know, some people will call it binky, but mine was a bidet. I called dogs diggity when I was a little girl too. Look at the diggity, mama. That's a great story too. So if like any of y'all have any fun little facts about yourself that you like, that you're willing to share, that's a little silly, You know, because we like to laugh here, right? Show your raw, authentic self by sharing little tidbits and fun facts, right? Look at where you're at and trace it back. Are you still where you were when you were a young child, still in your joy? Or are you in a place now where you can truly recognize, wow, I've grown? And are you in the adult stage? Are you coming back to, are you actually able to engage your inner child and not feel embarrassed by it or feel like you have to suppress it? Because we all, even especially adults, I see some adults out there, they act like children, but not the same type of child that's like truly in its authentic joy. They're just not in touch with that part yet. We're all learning. We're all trying to get there, right? Wow, this is pretty bad. Sometimes putting it in a bag is not such a great option. Okay, there we go. I got 2 more bananas. I'm going to need more. So we got blueberry. I got about 5 bananas here probably at this point. 5 frozen Cavendish. I'm going for number 6 because this is going to go down the hatch. Right? Oh, my hands are frozen. I got to put that away. So whenever you have the opportunity to look at yourself and reflect at how far you've come, it's an opportunity to be in a place of gratitude and appreciate. So, you know, like there's no coincidence that we say when we put money in the bank, we get interest, right? In the form of appreciation of our money. I mean, think about that for a second. Not only do, when you give it your interest and focus on it, you appreciate and grow it in your life, right? And that spreads out to those around you. Even if you don't know about it, it's all good. It's all perfect. Awareness is key. That's where you need to be. I almost feel like a rapper. I need to go, awareness is key. That's how you got to be. Bring it back. Because it's where it's at. Let's do things smarter, not harder. Bring it back to the authentic, raw, authentic self. I know that was totally made up on the fly. I get a little. I mean I can be kind of funny because I'll actually go. I say these things out loud. Not everybody's going to hear them, obviously. I'll be in my car driving and just laughing at myself. If you can't laugh at yourself, how are you going to get through this life? Life is short. Get up and dance. Yeah, that one didn't rhyme. I don't know. Maybe I was going for a rhymer there. Okay, we got about 2, 6, 8. Okay, I got about 2 cups of blueberries. I'm gonna put a dash of nutmeg just because I like the way nutmeg kind of plays with vanilla. I'm going to use. I'm not going to do a lot of superfoods today. I like to kind of switch it up each day because sometimes I don't feel like I need excess of like every single day. Just like with supplements. Sometimes you may find and catch yourself like today, I took a bunch of supplements and I realized, I don't feel so great. Like I felt a little nauseous, and it's the second time that's happened in the past couple weeks. So I thought, okay, so that means I need to kind of lighten it up. And there is one thing that's kind of setting it off. And I think I narrowed it down. But a little bit of cinnamon is always good for anybody out there who's a diabetic or trying to regulate their blood sugar, because Ceylon cinnamon naturally regulates your blood sugar. So it keeps it from this, it tries to regulate in this form that it doesn't spike, right? And I'm all about doing all sorts of yummy sweets, but they're in the form of real food. We're not confused with, my body goes, oh, I want blueberries because that's the kind of sweetness I really want. Instead of grabbing for something processed with a bunch of refined sugars. That right there is not what your body craves. It's what your mind associates with the comfort foods. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, we got 8 drops of vanilla stevia. Yummy. Gonna put some, probably put about a, oh, wait a minute. Do I want some of that? Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so I'm gonna put some water. I'm gonna do about, let me see what we got. Pasta, agua, good for you. Guten Tag. Buongiorno. Buenos dias. Our feet are stained. Oh no, that's something else. Alright, so we're gonna put about, I'm gonna guess this is gonna be about a cup of water. Yeah. And I'm gonna hit the button and we're gonna blend it up. What? So that explains it. All the bananas are so frozen, they're stuck in the middle. Stuck in the middle again. That's a great song. Bringing back the oldies. Get up and dance. Here we go, let's do this again. Make that 2 cups. Or a cup and a half, actually. You want it, the more work you got to do to get it, right? I forgot I wanted ginger in this because I put ginger in almost everything. Ginger, fresh ginger. It's got the spiciness. It is hot. It is yummy. It is good for the belly. And of course, I'm much better this morning than I was last night because last night I had something going on my right side, and I didn't even get to truly. I did get to enjoy my salad last night, but not the way I was hoping to. I like them thick as well. Right now, because the weather's a little bit warmer, cooler, I'm feeling the cold a little bit more. Plus, I'm on my moon cycle, so my moon cycle will actually create, I'll feel a lot cooler. So it's good to have some ginger because ginger is really good for settling any type of cramping. In my case, I know it's a digestive cramp versus a menstrual cramp. I haven't had menstrual cramping in a long time. With all the years of working on my healing from past physical abuse and all that, and trauma. You're gonna laugh at me. So I always say a thumb of ginger, and my thumbs could be bigger or smaller. But doesn't that really look like a thumb? It even looks like it's got a fingernail bed. Told you I was playing silly and playful. Feeling silly, funny. I thought it was funny. Don't you think that's funny? And the ants think so too, because they're again reappearing. I tell you what, when I came in the kitchen this morning, I'm like, hey, check it out. I cleaned up. I'm not seeing a whole lot of ants. And then I looked down at my thumb and the ant's on my hand. Okay, where did I put the spoon? Spoon is over here. Let's see if we can get this pushed down now. Thumb of ginger can go in there. Let's see if we can get this. Oop, I heard an air pocket down there. of blender do y'all use? Do y'all have these issues? I'm just challenged, apparently. Yeah, we need more water. Okay, 2.5, 3 cups water. This is going to be a big smoothie anyway. Alright. Now, what do you say we'll try this again? And now we've got basically 4 ingredients. Wow. I've not had that happen. That's all those bananas being frozen. And I mean like they're frozen. So this is going to be definitely a thick banana. Oh my gosh, this is more like nice cream. My yumminess. Yum. I mean, seriously. You can't not like this, right? I've never heard of Health Master. I have to look that up. Is it noisy? I want to know if any of y'all have one that's really, really good at making it smooth, and is quiet. Because I'm telling you, trying to get a motor on anything that doesn't make this like everybody wanting to run for the hills is just... See, the cleaner I've gotten over the years, the more I am in touch with myself, in tune with myself, I can sit in quiet and silence. I can drive my car without turning the radio on or listen to any music, and I feel fine. But there's a lot of people out there that just feel like they always need something busy around them to make themselves feel calm. Isn't that ironic? It's like if your external world is noisy, as if it distracts you from the internal world you don't want to listen to that's noisy, right? So I recognize that because I know how I used to be. Just like I said, I used to be very high impact, aerobics and kickboxing and a marathon runner, mostly because I knew I needed to channel my craziness and all this stuff that's going. It's like, take it down a notch. Let me run. I'll get that stuff out, right? They are loud. Oh, goodness. But if it's smooth and it works, hey, you know. I actually have another one out back in my storage that has a little lid to close over it. I can't say that it's any quieter, though, because the actual motor is in the base. So to have the cover almost makes you go, well, maybe it's not so much for the noise as much as the mess that it can end up making, which it does make a mess. And I didn't bring that out here because it doesn't fit underneath the cabinets. And so then it takes up all more space. And I'm already limited in the space I got in this tiny ass kitchen. Oh, wait, I said that. This little itty bitty space of the kitchen. Let's see, where was I? I was going to add one more thing I want to add to it. I want to put something to give it a little bit more creaminess. I'm thinking I might put some baobab in it, which is another superfood high in vitamin C. And I can never get enough vitamin C because that's your healer. You know, a lot of times people don't realize that they need more vitamin C. Just like with magnesium. If you're not getting enough vitamin C and magnesium, those are the two things we're probably really deficient. Even though we think, oh, well, I'm eating something that's high in vitamin C. You may not actually be getting enough still. So we're going to do a tablespoon of baobab. This comes from this really cool tree called the baobab tree. It's a fruit. It's sweet. Makes things taste kind of like a milky shake, like a creaminess. And then I'm going to put about 5 more drops of the vanilla stevia in there. Let's see how it turns out. I think I might put more baobab in there, but I want to see how this works the first time. Because as it stands right now, it's still pretty darn frozen. And it's super thick. So let's try this again. I am so good at putting things across, away from myself. I'm jealous. I actually miss doing Pilates, and I haven't done it in a long time. It is so amazing. I also used to do the Lottie Burke method. I have all these DVDs with all sorts of fascinating stuff that I used to do, but I don't have a TV and I don't have a DVD player, so it requires me to pull out the old computer, of which is not exactly acting so well, right? So I can't use the CD in it, which my newer laptop does not have the CD attachment. Oh, that's yummy. That's really good. I'm gonna add more baobab. So let's say two tablespoons of baobab. Make that, okay, 3. Feeling creamy today. And so when I was younger, I liked a lot more cream sauces, whereas now as an adult, I really like more chocolate and changing it up, like, I know it has a lot to do with my own personal comfort foods and sugar being the satiator, when you feel like you need something to nurture and soothe you. Sugar is one of the easiest things for many of us to reach for. And that can be in the form of fruit too, but at least if you grab for fruit, it's a healthier alternative. These days I like to balance out my fruit with my bitters and my sours and all the other flavors, because really your body wants to get all of the different flavors. You have to have your salt, your sweet, your spicy, which the ginger is spicy, right? And your earthy flavors. Did I get it all? There's one more. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I'll remember it eventually. Salt, sweet, earthy, like a vinegary flavor probably. So I know I need some more water because it's right at the top. I need to get a bigger pitcher, that's the obvious thing, but when you put the water in, the one thing I have learned is you want to get that down a little bit more, especially when it's this thick, and there's probably an air pocket in there. There we go. This should work this time. Here comes the air pocket. There it is. Another time. Definitely delicious. Yep, that was a good choice. So it was 15 drops of the vanilla stevia. 15 drops of vanilla stevia, 1 big thumb of ginger, at least 2.5 cups of blueberries, and what did I say, 6 or 7 Cavendish bananas, frozen. Trying to get it to blend a little bit smoother because it's pretty darn thick. And I know there's an air pocket happening over here. Perfetto! Finalmente! Penso ho fatto bene. Come stai? Come state voi? How are you all doing today? Speaking a little Italian, you know, you gotta give it a little flair. Move it up, change it up, dance with it. Whoop, whoop. You wanna see how pretty this is? Oh, it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. You gotta try this. It's so simple. How are y'all doing? Are you motivated this Monday? You gonna join me tonight for the Monday night journal hook'em? Oh, see, my fingers are turning blue from the blueberries. That's okay. I clean up. I lick everything just because it's so darn good. But this is really good. So we've got, like I said, super simple ingredients. I guess if you count the dash of nutmeg, yeah, there's 5. The water. Vanilla, baobab, cinnamon. Wait, vanilla, baobab, banana, cinnamon, ginger, nutmeg, and water. Oh, I'm yummy goodness. So I think I'm good. Are you all good? Will that suffice for your day? Look at that oozy gooey. Ooh, isn't that yummy? Look at this. Go make yourself a good smoothie. Smile, laugh, have joy today. Look at where you're at and trace it back. Remember, it might not have been the easiest road, but be grateful for where you're at because all of it makes the whole. There is no good and bad. It just is. And when you're in the neutral space, in the moment, you're creating momentum. But if you're present in the moment where the gift is, where the blessings are, then you'll also find that you're not stuck on the polarities of good or bad or future or past. You're going to bring it back to right here, right now. Be in this right here, right now, in this moment. Breathing fully into the being that you are, this physical form that your heart and soul wanted to come to express itself through, right? To me, the heart is the seat of the soul because it's completely neutral. It doesn't get caught up in here, although we would think that this has something to do with goes on down here, or when we feel sensations of, emotions or anger, or our body's just simply responding to this craziness up here. And when you master your breath and you start to re-engage and re-enliven all the cells and all of your organs and your different networks of systems, the circulatory system, the blood, right? Cardiovascular, nervous, come on, you gotta bring it back, right? So we gotta breathe fully into it. And when I say breathe fully into it, you want to breathe life back in, that prana, that life force, and trace it back to source, watching the breath as it reaches all the different areas of your body, and you start to feel the energy, the vibration within you radiating out. And then you start to notice in the mind what is going on, right? Because the mind will actually have to follow the breath. And when you do catch the mind go on to thoughts, watch them as a witnesser, watch them as the observer, and give yourself the opportunity to just stay detached and allow them to float through. Don't get, oh, wait, I gotta keep on thinking about that. No, just let it go through. And just continue to breathe, because when you breathe and you listen to the sound of your own breath, you're actually going to calm your mind. It's just that sometimes we allow the mind to take over. And when you master your breath, you master your mind, and you can master your life in wholeness and oneness. I am one with all. Let that be your mantra for the day, your motto, your intention setting, that when you are one with all, you will recognize the other as you, which is one of the Aquarian Age sutras that Yogi Bhajan gave us. Recognize the other as you. What does that mean? It means that everything that you admire, or maybe you don't admire in a person, is a reflection of yourself. And people show up to you where you're at, not the other way around. Everybody's a gift. Everything's a blessing. And when you can embrace that, then life will unfold with ease and grace. Because that's what life is unfolding. This divine dance, this fluidity, right? That's why, again, I love to talk about really enjoying your food, or even an experience that you're having. Pay attention to your sight, your hearing, what you're smelling, what you're tasting and touching, right? You have to bring it all back. It's all inclusive. This web of inclusivity, this web of inclusion that we have at our disposal to embrace one another and to recognize we are one another. That is the I am one with all, right? That true self-love, when you work on the inside, you radiate it out around you. And you draw in the same types of people who appreciate you, because where attention goes, energy flows. And the appreciation, the growing of something, right? Causing that interest to accumulate, right? You see how that can work out in your favor. The blessings, the gifts, the lessons, they're all one. I am one with all. I am one with all of you. You are one with me. So, if this resonates with y'all, please share. Invite your friends to our group. We're ridiculously authentic. How else do you want to be? We embrace each and every one of you because guess what? That's what we came here to be, is connected to one another and truly engaged with one another. Creating a community, a family that we can reach out and touch with the fingertip. We can see each other with our eyes. We can hear one another, right? I hear you, I see you. Okay, I can't smell you and I can't taste you. Maybe not physically touching you, but even still, this is the beauty, right? Oh, thank you for all those beautiful hearts. I appreciate you all. And make sure, you know what? Share us in groups. If you see a group that you resonate with and think, oh, they could really utilize this, you know what? Maybe we connect with other people in other areas. Because again, this World Wide Web, there's nooks and crannies. And let's clear out the cobwebs and create a true, beautiful web, right? The design, human design, is to reach far and wide, is to be embraced with one another. It's the love that's within no longer goes without. It just is. And it pulses, right? And the more it pulses out, it's like this, what is above is so below. Well, guess what? What is so within us is so without us, right? So these reflections are always being mirrored back to us for awareness and recognition of what is truly. But there's external conditioning that does sometimes take us out of our element, and we forget to think, what's going on within me? Because we can only see what's going on without us, outside, external to us. But when you do see something external to yourself, that is that moment when you can go tracing it back to yourself and going, whoa, wait a minute here. Whatever that is a reflection of what's going on inside. Might not always want to confront it, but that's that opportunity, that moment to become again that witness, that observer of what is going on. Something feel uncomfortable out there. What is really the discomfort within? Life just is. And whatever you think, thinking makes it so. So on this beautiful Motivational Monday, I hope you got a golden nugget. One that lights you up, So you share you be you. Just showing up is half the battle sometimes. Go live. Introduce yourself. Bring out that inner child and have fun. And I want to put a challenge out there. Find your favorite YouTube concert song. Let it be something that's a concert. It's got to be distorted. I'm just giving you the heads up. And go live in the group and dance for us. I don't care if it's for 1 minute, 30 seconds, 5 seconds. I want to see someone dancing in their kitchen. Y'all know I do. Right? That would be rad. Now that's raw and rad. Show us what moves you got, baby. I want to see you dance. Keep it raw, stay rad. I love you. Mwah. Go get motivated and move that body.